This is an excerpt from the book The Cat Who Played Brahms. Chapter 4. Quillerand slept well, lulled by the savage tumult outdoors. He was awakened shortly after dawn by the opening chords of the Brahms double concerto. The cassette was still in the player, and Coco was sitting alongside it, looking pleased with himself. He had placed one paw on the power button, activating a little red light, and the other on play. The storm was over, although the trees could be heard dripping on the roof. The wind had subsided, and the lake had flattened to a sheet of silver. Everywhere there was the good wet smell of the woods after a heavy rain. The birds were rejoicing. Even before he rolled out of bed, Quillerand's thoughts went to the stolen pen and the stolen watch. Should he report the theft to Aunt Fanny? Should he confront Tom? In this strange new environment, he felt it was a case of foreign diplomacy, requiring circumspection, a certain finesse. Coco was the first to hear the truck approaching. His ears snapped to attention, and his body became taut. Then Quillerand heard the droning of a motor coming up the hilly, winding drive. He pulled on some clothes hastily, while Coco raced to the door and demanded access to the porch, his official checkpoint for arriving visitors. Quillerand's tingling mustache told him it would be a blue truck, and the message was correct. A stocky little old man was taking a shovel from the truck bed. "Hey, what's going on here?" Quillerand demanded. He recognized the gravedigger from the parking lot of the Shipwreck Tavern. "Gotta dig you up," said old Sam, heading for the grave on the east side of the cabin. "What for?" Quillerand slammed the porch door and raced after him. "Big George be comin' soon." "Who told you to come here?" "Big George." Old Sam was digging furiously. "Sand be heavy after the storm." Quillerand spluttered in search for words. "What? Who? Look here! You can't dig up this property unless you have authorization." "Ask Big George. He be the boss." Sam was flying out of the shallow hole, which was becoming more precisely rectangular. Soon the shovel hit a concrete slab. "There she be." After a few more swings, the shovel old Sam climbed out of the hole, just as a large, dirty tank truck lumbered into the clearing that served as a parking lot. Quillerand strode to the clearing and confronted the driver. "Are you Big George?" "No, I'm Dave," said the man mildly, as he unreeled a large hose. "Big George is in the truck. The lady in pickaxe, she called last night. Told us to get out here on the double. Are you choked up?" "Am I what?" "When she calls, we jump. No fooling around with that lady. Should have pumped you out last summer, I guess." "Pumped what?" "The septic tank. We had to get old Sam out of bed this morning, hangover and all. He digs, we pump. No room for the backhoe in here. Too heavily wooded. You new here? Sam'll come and fill you in later. He doesn't fill in all the way. Makes it easier next time. Unless you want him to. Then he'll level it off." Old Sam had driven away, but now a black van appeared in the clearing, driven by a slender young man in a red, white, and blue t-shirt and a tall silk opera hat. Quillerand stared at him. "And who are you?" "Little Henry. You having trouble?" "The old lady in pickaxe said you'd catch on fire any minute. Man, she's a tough baby. Won't take no excuses." He removed his topper and admired it. "This is my trademark. You see my ads in the Picayune? What do you advertise? I'm the only chimney sweep in Moose County. You should be checked every year. Is that your phone ringing? Quilleran rushed back into the cabin. The telephone which stood on the bar dividing the kitchen from the dining area had stopped ringing. Coco had nudged the receiver off the cradle and was sniffing the mouthpiece. Quilleran grabbed it. Hello? Hello? Get down! Hello? Coco was fighting for possession of the instrument. Get down, damn it! Hello? Is everything all right, dear? The deep voice said after a moment's hesitation. Did the storm do any damage? Don't worry about it. Tom will clean up the yard. You stick to your typewriter. You've got that wonderful book to finish. I know it will be a bestseller. Did you see Big George and Little Henry? I don't want anything to go wrong with the plumbing or the chimney while you're concentrating on your writing. I told them to get out there immediately or I'd have to have their licenses revoked.
Please subscribe.